to know the territory. But I still, when you synthesize that, you sift through that, you still want to ask a question that will get them to think through the implications of not bringing on the right person, using the right language. Here's something, too. You might say, if I ask you a question, to what extent, let's say that they haven't thought of their, where's Gus? You might say, look, would it be okay if I asked you a question? To what extent is the ability of the auditor to develop a relationship with the people they're serving, to what extent is that important in your value proposition? See? So in other words, instead of writing the essay, said what's important, they might not go down that path. So I throw the true-false at them instead. See where I'm going? To what extent is developing a relationship, having gap skills, but the ability to develop a relationship with the person you're interfacing, to what extent is that important? Now again, I'm asking like Columbo. I'm not saying that's because I want the interaction where I can do the active listening. But I agree with you, sir. Yeah.
I do too, actually. I do. I'm new to this area. One of the things that I've had to pick up since coming to the St. Louis area is to the way that, like where I came from, you spoke very directly about what it is that you were dealing with, and they actually taught us to actually don't beat around the bush to call it what it is. Here, I noticed that instead of saying that was an error on my part. Thank you. Instead of saying the disabled child, I should have said something like children with disabilities.
Is it based on person? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
I think
yes.
You got to know the territory. That's right. That's a good point. Yes.
How much eye contact is relevant during the interview? You know, is it constant eye contact? Do you look away when you answer certain questions? Because
I think it's kind of like what the Supreme Court said about pornography. You know it when you see it, you know? They can't define it, but I think you got to get a feel for that. I don't know if there's any one rule. I think you got to practice it. The more you practice this and you ask your partner, give me feedback. What worked, what didn't? Did you feel like I was listening to you? Did I feel you know, you don't want to be the Seinfeld close talker, you know? You know, you want to, here it is. You know, the close talker. So tell me, Maria, what's important, you know. Remember that Seinfeld close talker? Yeah, okay, Steve, sorry, okay. But I think you got to get a feel for it. The more you practice it, you'll get feedback from your partner about what works and what doesn't. But I don't know if there's any one way, you know.
thanks.
I think the key thing, somebody once asked me about being a presenter. They read a book on how to turn a flip chart or do PowerPoint. I said, that's junk. It's all your genuineness. Do you believe what you're saying? I'd rather you stumble over a word and be genuine than be slick and disingenuous.
Sure. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Thanks. Okay.
How would you suggest handling if you're applying for a new position and it's a group interview, and if you ask a question about their perception of how they would see a new employee, like question 4, or what their capabilities are in the best employee would be, and you would get 3 different answers, okay. And you're in your mind you're thinking this group was really not clear on what they want in this new position. Would you say that or not?
I wouldn't say
no, I wouldn't say that. No, yeah.
You guys don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, I mean, how do you?
I would go to number 2. You might say, let me see if I got this right. From what you're saying, it sounds like these 3 things are crucially important. You know, and I would do that. You know. Okay. You know, I don't think you want to, I think that would be enough. Everybody wants, anybody here a parent? Somebody told me